Okay, Tyson Fury's promoter Bob Arum says that Tyson Fury's preference next fight is Alexander Usyk. Ironically, the guy that Fury said is too small, don't make no money, don't speak English, and the heavyweight titles should be in Britain or America. But yet, now that Alexander Usyk is tied down with AJ for his next fight, this fight between Fury and Usyk is obviously not going to happen anytime soon. So it's just funny. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Now that right now Fury comes out with, according to Bob Arum, he wants to fight Usyk next. Why did he say it before he fought AJ? This guy's a clown. Him and Bob Arum are a clown. Bob Arum's a clown as well. Clown meets clown. What do you get? Fucking clown. Bob Arum, right? Who's nearly 100, right? Well, he might be nearly 90. I'm just exaggerating, but he's old anyway, right? He's been around for years, decades, right? He's going back to the Joe Louis era, right? So he's seen these big fights throughout his life. Ali, Marciano, all the rest. And he says that Fury's fight with Wilder, the third one, was the best fight he's ever seen. Yeah, really? Better than Rumble in the Jungle? Better than Thriller in Manila? Better than Marciano versus Joe Louis? Better than Ray Robertson versus Jake LaMotta? All the great fights throughout his life. This one, Fury versus Wilder, was the best he's ever seen. He's saying this to big up this clown, Tyson Fury. That's all he's doing. Some agenda that they have with Tyson Fury. All in the British public, there's agenda there for Tyson Fury. Well, I know what it is, but I'm not going to say it because it will just cause all sorts of dummy spat out. So I'm not going to say what it is, but I think people know. Because in that fight between Fury and Wilder, third one, take out the knockdowns, that fight is just a fight. Just because Fury got knocked down twice, Wilder got knocked down once. What, the greatest fight? It's not the greatest fight I've ever sseen anyway. I've seen better fights than this. But because it's Tyson Fury now, I can guarantee you, if that fight, if Wilder fought Luis Ortiz for the third time, and the exact same thing happened, don't say it's the greatest fight they've ever seen. They'll say it's a good fight, but don't say it's the greatest they've ever seen. No way. But because Tyson Fury was involved, and he won the fight, it's the greatest fight ever. And people even have the audacity to say he's the greatest of all time. To be the greatest of all time, you have to fight everybody, right? You can't just fight one person who's a one-trick pony just three times, and Klitschko, who's the twilight end of his career, and not on the rematch. You can't call yourself the greatest of all time. If that was Usyk or AJ, I'd say how it is. You know you're not the greatest of all time. And they're still not the greatest of all time until you fight everybody. So how is this clown the greatest of all time? Now, if you think about Fury's style, how technically good he is. You could argue he's better than Dylan White and AJ, yeah? But that don't mean he'll win the fight. All these Fury fanboys don't seem to get it, right? Just because somebody's technically good doesn't mean they'll win the fight. Look, if you look at George Groves versus Carl Froch, right, at Wembley, in both fights, George Groves technically better, but he didn't have that strength. The power, you know, there's more that comes into boxing than just technical skill. Yes, if you've got technical skill and you've got power and strength, and you can clearly overpower your opponent, then you'll be, very hard to beat. Tyson Fury doesn't have everything. He's got, he's big and he's got skill. But that doesn't mean he's going to beat AJ, because AJ is stronger than him, right? Dylan White's stronger than him. They've got more power behind their punch than Tyson Fury. They're known as power punchers. They can knock guys out with one punch. Tyson Fury has never done that. Not that I've seen anyway. So him being technically good, that doesn't mean he's automatically going to win the fight. They don't even make him favourite either. So people need to just get off Tyson Fury's cock and see boxing how it is. I know the fanboys will, because they don't know nothing about boxing. None of them. They're just Tyson Fury fans. That's all. They're more of a fan of Tyson Fury's genitals than his own wife. So there's no point in even talking to Fury fanboys. So anyway, Fury isn't the greatest of all time. He needs to fight everybody. AJ needs to fight everybody. Usyk needs to fight everybody. It's simple as that. It's not just Task Fury. They all need to fight each other. This heavyweight division's becoming a joke. They all need to fight each other, right? I'm not going to say this guy is the greatest of all time, this guy's the greatest of all time, just because they've won 1 or 2 fights, big fights. No, you need to fight everybody. Fight everybody, beat everybody. Then you can argue that you're the best. Until then, people need to shut the fuck up about the greatest of all time. Fucking idiots.